All right.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen. No Marto, Tone, the Palmy Army, and everyone else out there watching from all across the globe. Tone, how are you tonight? It's good to see you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
pretty,
42 years of marriage, is that right?
yeah, 21, but you add 21. Yeah, you're right. 42, and the manacles are still there, and the ball and chain, and yeah, we've managed to make it through.
And she took
Yeah,
you
so
out for dinner, or did you take her out for dinner?
I think it was on my credit card. No, yeah, so no, well, yeah, a bit of both. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, went out, had a bit of dinner tonight, and yeah, all was good. Yeah.
Well, it must be pretty nice to know that your wife of 21 years actually factored in an early dinner so that you could join us here tonight. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, she's a lot cleverer than me. See, I uh, I remembered the show and then thought, oh shit, I should have told her about the show, but I didn't need to. She'd factored it in. You see, yeah.
Right. So for all the complaining that you do, all the whinging, the nagging, all the housework you do, everything that you don't want to do that you do, she looks after you though, doesn't she?
Absolutely, yeah. She's
Yeah.
had 21 hard years, eh?
Well, I'm sure she has, but I reckon you have too, just by being. But yeah, congratulations. I mean, it is a good feat.
Thanks, mate.
Now, last week was episode 39, and we had Mardo here to tell us everything.
We
Because,
did, yes.
because what is Mardo to us, Tone? What is Mardo to Palti?
Marto is King Punt. He's the encyclopedia of the punting world.
And he knows everything, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
Because
From
what did
track
he?
conditions to weight, and who dropped the kids off at the pool before they got on the horse.
Because
Marto knows it all.
what did he tip in the Guineas last week? Point to shoot, didn't he? On the show, that's what he said.
He certainly did.
And when it
Yes.
didn't run a place, and the Derby winner, the Guru horse, ran third, what did Mardo do for us?
Oh, he told us about Guru Girl, didn't he?
Well, Guru Girl, I don't know what it was called, but go. Anyway, he did. He was in there saying how good a run it was, and well done, Mardo. You
What a
forgot
legend.
on the show. Now that said, Tone, you've got a new formula. They tell me.
I have. I
Tell us
have.
the formula.
The formula is what you've been doing is you've been throwing up. I need a tip for the Blue Diamond. I need a
Plain
tip for the
rules.
Guineas. So
Yep.
you pick the hardest race on the program. Tell me I need to provide a tip, and
Yep.
that's what I do. And I've had a winner.
Yeah.
What was it? Devil
Devils.
Knight.
Yep.
And then a very good second. I paid about 310, 370 or something in
Kiwi
the
horse.
Guineas.
Yes.
So my new system is you tip the race. I
Yep.
I make a selection, and I also make that the my titanium tip.
Or otherwise known as.
Tones Turds, new lay service. Get on. Can't help but win.
Well, you've done well. You haven't been much far off the mark. So hopefully you'll do the same. Now, last week we had two Kickstarters out of the three. We also had a place getter, and I think that's all we had, to be truthful. But that's okay, because this week I reckon we're going to fire up. But before we fire up, Marto's up in Cairns, and there's no cyclone in Cairns. There's a cyclone hitting Brisbane and the Gold Coast.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Down there, geez. When was the last time one hit down there, Taz? I have no idea.
It was 1990. I mean, we did have some recent floods, and I think that was in 2022 where Lismore pretty much went under as well.
That's right. I
And
remember that.
evacuated.
Yeah.
So with the amount of rain they're probably going to get flooding again, which is terrible. But yeah, it's not often you get a cyclone that hits the Gold Coast and Brisbane, but it'll be indeed a very, very interesting time. So if you're watching a show from the Gold Coast or from Brizzy, good luck, bunker down, get those sandbags out, make sure you've charged up the phones, and get the candles out because you could have a few romantic nights.
Absolutely, yeah. Doesn't look real good, does it?
No. So there's no racing there, which means, Tone, you're not going to be betting in Eagle Farm or Doomben, and there won't be any
No,
jockeys that you'll be pointing the
I'm
eye at.
staying away from Queensland, especially after they ripped me off last week with Godzilla. It lost a plate. They did something dodgy when they reshoot it, and it ran third instead of first. So they can stick what's name right up there. No more Brisbane. That's it. I'm done with Queensland racing. It's rigged. It's corrupt, and I'm staying way out.
All right. So, people, episode 40 AC, Tone has said he will never, ever bet again in Queensland. So if Tone ever throws up a tip in Queensland, please private message us or private message him, or private message anyone you like and let us know about it. So let's get the Kickstarters going now. I'm going to start with Mardo, only because
Yes.
he's not here. And Mardo has given us two options, to be honest. And his initial Kickstarter is going to be at Flemington. Race 2, number 1, Gin Spirit. He says it should fly late. It should be too classy. And it should win. Now, I did tell Mardo that this horse is also a dual nominator. It could be racing in Adelaide. And then I say, quick as that, he said, don't worry, I've got another one just in case.
Of course he has.
Race-
Bardo's always got a back up there. You can't get Mardo will never get cycloned. He'll always have something ready to go.
Seriously, Mardo could have 8 horses running in a race, and he would have them after scratching another selection, another selection, another selection. He could pick all 8 and have a reason without just like that, like that, like that. Anyway, race 1, number 2, Gallant Sun. It's 2:30, Moody Lane, and it's first up. So look, Gin Spirit, I know for a fact, is owned by a auntie of a person that I work with. So a guy that I work with,
Oh,
who bought a 5% share, and it cost them 11,000. Now she flew over to Adelaide when it last won over there, and she represented the stable in receiving the trophy. Now, when I was talking to young David, who's the fellow in my workplace, he said, look, I'm not sure where they're going, because the thing is, the prize money is similar. And it's not as if they're going to go punt it at $1.60 in Adelaide or try to punt it at $4.50 in Melbourne. They're only after the prize money. So we didn't know where they were going. Mardo, good luck, whichever way you're going. Mardo, I'm sure you'd have a third Kickstarter if we needed as well. Tone, where are you going? Because actually, no, you can wait, because my Kickstarter is before yours.
before mine.
So, and my Kickstarter is actually at Murray Bridge, race 2, number 2, Declared. Now, it's a jolly horse. Kayla Crowther is on it. Look, it's 5th run for the stable, and it's had excuses the last couple. That said, it's been racing pretty well. I think it gets the gun run because it's drawn the pole. I think there'll be some speed coming across. I think we just get covered up, and I think we end up winning. I look at this, I've written it down. Eroica to push through and lead, Immortal Bliss to come from 7, sit 1 or 2 back, and on the inside is us. Luck is the only thing that's going to beat us, and that is if we have bad luck. So Murray Bridge, race 2, number 2, Declared, $3.90 as we speak, which means,
Perfect.
Tone, if I'm going to race 2 in Adelaide, where do you think you might be going?
Oh, well, possibly race 3. And I haven't been to race 3 for a while. And I haven't been back to the Colin Creed state for a while either, have I? You know, and like Colin Creed, we're going to be robbing a few banks. Race 3, number 5, Secret Wonder. Jakey Tuarak, however you like to say it, on board ship at 240. It's a jolly trained horse, and I know you like the jolly trained horses. I think this is a good thing. It's probably going to come in a bit, but yeah, absolutely. Secret Wonder. First start, this prep gets the blinkers back on, and I think that could be the secret to this horse. I think it needs the blinkers.
It's $2 at the moment, Tone.
It's
And
what, 240. It's coming a bit, I think.
You've got 240. I've got 260. So if anyone can get 250, good luck to them. Maybe my 260 turned it into 240, Tone.
Probably you put that much money on. You've weighted me out. You know, like the price is. The tide is, like my receding hairline, 240. I'll take 240.
Well, as long as you don't take...
Jakey Turak, gun jockey, he's quite honest, better than that Billy Egan. I tell you what, the two worst jockeys at the moment, and I refuse to tip horses with Ethan Brown and Billy Egan on because they're both bloody criminals.
Yet tonight,
God, I hate those two guys.
Thursday night. Yet tonight, Thursday night. Who did you tip? You threw a few out on the page. Who was riding them?
Billy Egan stuffed the first one. Absolutely criminalistic ride, and it was pretty well backed too. I can't remember who was on the others. That was it. 2 seconds and a busted ass. The seconds, one was beaten by 0.6 of a length, and the other one was beaten by 0.75 of a length. So a bit stiff, but Billy Egan's a criminal. I'm not tipping horses with him on them. I'm done. And Ethan Brown, they can both I'm done with them. It's like Queensland Racing, finished.
It's interesting you say that, Tone, because when we get to our main bets, I actually nearly tipped a Ethan Brown ridden horse that's in the last race in Melbourne, but I didn't. But I think it probably can win. However, I do want to say something a little bit more serious, just as we take a little break here, and that is Bernadette Payne. Bernadette Payne passed away this week.
Oh, yes.
And I think we talk about this a little bit on our show. And when you read a newspaper article and they say that they've been battling demons, and then at the end of the article, they give you the lifeline number and stuff, it pretty much gives you an insight as to what happened. And tragic loss of life, Payne family, all 403 kids, because there's quite a few of them, would probably be feeling it. But yeah, our condolences. And I guess the only thing we can say is if anyone is feeling it out there from a mental health perspective, by all means, reach out to us. If you want some serious cheering up or some serious consolation, message me. If you want some light-hearted banter where Tone's going to pick you up, turn you upside down on your head and keep you alive, by all means, message him. At the end of the day, reach out to someone. Don't suffer.
It's very important.
It is very important. So that's just something that's happened, and I thought that was important. Now, main bets, because it is a great racing card all over the country, predominantly New South Wales and Sydney. But Tone, I'm going to read Mardo's. Mardo, where is he, Mardo? Mardo, you hear Mardo? They weren't in Mardo's numbers last week, that's for sure. But anyway, Mardo is going to Randwick, and he's going to race 5, number 1, Hinged. And he reckons that the softer track will probably suit it. The further distance will also suit it. J-Mac is on it as well, and it gets a good map. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 things Mardo said about his horse and why it can win. Have you got anything to say before I do? Poison it, Tone?
Well, Hinged is not one of my horses. Whenever I've backed it, it's always run second or third. That's all I can say. It's not, it's not one of my horses. With J-Mac on it, well, I've got the shits with J-Mac at the moment. He shouldn't have been running the other day as well because he was dehydrated or something. Admitted got beaten, should have won. So, J-Mac, drink your fucking water, mate. And, yeah. So, I don't
Well, it was interesting you say that because yesterday when we threw out the hump day tips, we did get 2 in a second, and admitted was the unlucky one. And in our little chat, Marto did say that J-Mac was dehydrated.
Yes,
Marto knew,
yes.
Marto knew 'cause I don't know how he found out, but Marto must have had someone on course running after J-Mac. They have a drink out of that, mate. I don't know how he found out so quickly.
I don't know either. No idea. No idea. But Marto's got the oil. He got the oil. So I got to give J-Mac a bit of a pass on that. But he shouldn't have been riding the bloody horse if he wasn't right to begin with. Who knows?
Correct. So, Marto, we're not going to poison you too much because Tone's made excuses for J-Mac. But is it going to be a softer track in Sydney? Is it going to rain in Sydney? I don't know. Is it really going to get the better map? I don't know. Is J-Mac going to be dehydrated again? I'm sure you'll know, Marto. And do you think the further distance will suit it? It might get beaten by more. The poison. Where are you going, Tone? We'll get yours out of the way as well because it frightens me, your tip. It frightens me.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everybody is waiting with bated breath and their big red markers, and I don't blame them one little bit.
No.
And this is probably not going to help them at all. But I've gone to Flemington, stayed down in the Sunshine State down there. I know the Garden State, isn't it? The Garden State.
The Garden State, and we're getting some beautiful weather at the moment. Beautiful.
That's nice. So I've gone to Flemington, race 6, number 12. Get on, scary.
It is.
19 bucks, 19 skins the win, 5 the place in a race that I'm sure this horse is not in Marto's numbers. But I'm going a little bit more heavier on the place.
Well, it's drifted out. It has drifted out, Tone, since then.
Yep.
It's gone out to, I think, I wrote it down. It was $23 at the moment. So it's got the blows, a bit like the Cyclone Alfred, I think they call it. So it's got the blows.
Cyclone Alfred. I forgot. I haven't got my information here, but I can't even remember who's on. Let me have a look.
Might be some corrupt jockey.
Yeah, probably some scumbag. It's not Billy Bloody Egan, I'll tell you that now.
I would love it if
not
you
that fucking idiot.
Brown. I just hope it was Ethan Brown. Please.
No, it's Masturbates is on board.
Oh, Logan or the other one?
Dodgy Declan. I like Dodgy Declan. Sometimes he gets up and roughies on a sad day. And this is a New Zealander come across from the pond. It was 3 lengths back from the winner last start at Caulfield. They expected to settle just off the speed and should run fitter for past attempts. Outsider. So, and it is an outsider, but my outsiders, Tez, sometimes they're right there, or they could run a drum at odds for a place. So that's what I like.
I did say I was scared. I was frightened about your tip. And
now you're terrified.
Look, it wasn't a bad run. I think, if I'm right, it ran in the Derby last year, and it wasn't that bad a run. So I think stepping up in distance, it's going to suit it because it is. Is it a 2,000-meter race? Is it? I think.
I think it's. Is it 24? No, it's not 24. Is it? It's
stepping up in distance.
No. Yep. It's last start. It was over like over 1,800 last start. And this is over 2,000, huh?
Yeah,
you're right. It's over 2,000.
The step up in distance is definitely going to suit it, that's for sure. Big track, probably going to suit it as well, and it's been there before. So, yes, at the price, why not? Marto, is it in your numbers? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I reckon probably finish number 4. Thanks, Marto. I'm going back to the well on a horse that I like, that I originally had, I think, as a Kickstarter a couple of weeks back when it last raced. and I'm sticking in South Australia this weekend. So my Fister and my Kickstarter are both in South Australia. I'm going to Murray Bridge Race 6, number 5, Tipsy Vixen. Now I'm prepared to forgive this last start, be it that it started $2.25 in a benchmark 82, beaten by Gornsky. Gornsky is the current favourite in this race. This is a benchmark 80.68. So both Gornsky and the Tipsy Vixen are dropping back in class. However, weight, no real disadvantage or advantage to either horse. What needs to be noted, this is a step up in distance, and my Tipsy Vixen did lose a plate last start. So where I was expecting it to push off its race a lot better, it sort of just worked to the line. Only beaten a couple of lengths, whereas Gornsky sort of found the run and accelerated through and off it went. I think we turn the tables. I think we're $3.50 at the moment, second favourite. I think take the price, because I would not be surprised if we are the pre-race favourite. And Taroke is on it also, who's a nice strong rider. This horse has been racing really, really well. This horse should have more wins next to its name. Currently, it's 15 starts for 3 wins and 5 placings. I think this preparation, this is the race that wins. It turns the tables on Gornsky, and we will be tipsy.
Who was on last start, Taz? Is there a jockey change?
Yeah, there is a jockey change, and I'd be lying if I told you who was on it, because I don't have it with me. But I know Jakey's on it for the first time. Yeah, I'd be lying. I don't have the form with me, but I know. But you are
Money
right.
rider.
But it is.
Jakey's a money rider, so they've whacked him on, I reckon.
Yeah,
for the win.
It is a change of jockey. So that means your Kickstarter has Jakey on. My Fister has Jakey. So Jakey could be a nice little sneaky bet also for the Jockey's Challenge, because we've already got 2 winners, and I'm sure he'll probably get a third somewhere.
Sounds like a big day for Jakey, doesn't it?
It sounds like a great day for Jakey. Now, there is some big races in Melbourne, and a couple of little races also in Sydney. We've got the Size, we've got the All-Star Mile, and we've got the Newmarket at Flemington. Tony, have you had a look at any of those 3 races?
The up in Sydney.
Or no, I mean, there is a good race over there.
Oh, right. The All-Star Mile. I just think it's the top 2, isn't it? It's Mr. Brightside and what was the other one in the same? Sorry?
Is it Another Wheel? Or is it Tom Kitten?
Yeah, whatever's second favourite. Yeah, it's the top 2, isn't it? The rest of them.
I reckon this race could be turned on its head with the Tom Kitten. The blue.
Oh, that's it. Tom Kitten's the same race, yeah? Well,
yeah.
that's second favourite, isn't it?
I think so.
So it's looking like, yes, I think it's the top 2. Mr. Brightside. Yeah, Mr. Brightside. But Tom Kitten, well, Marto would be all over that, wouldn't he? He's a Tom Kitten fan, isn't he?
Oh, Marto's a Tom Jones fan as well.
Marto might back them both. Go the Quinella. Load up big.
Marto would have a reason to back both as well. Marto would have both in his numbers as well.
I mean, in his numbers, absolutely.
Look, Marto doesn't lose often in races. When there's 8 horses in your back, 6 of them, it's very rare that you lose. You reckon that's how Marto goes? He can't.
Oh, that's absolutely, yeah. Top 2.
What about in Sydney? There's the Randwick Guineas, and I know you threw up Broadside, and you said it doesn't get beaten, and that shouldn't lose.
Yeah,
first up win.
Yeah, sure. Not one of my horses, but I'm looking for a bit of value. I'd have a place bet on Depth of Character. That's one of mine. Yeah, I mean, it's a massive price, but it could run into a place which I'll be looking at. Like broadsiding. It looks like it's just a turnkey affair.
It does.
I think. you know. But
Could be a bit
I'm
of a
no professional.
generational type horse broadsiding, I think. I mean, I remember last year when it was going around, we were saying, could it be another Animo? And the way that it's come back this preparation, you would have to think it's a huge, huge, huge chance.
What did you find in that particular race there, Taz?
I think in the Guineas, I think broadsiding should just win. I didn't look beyond it. I'm not going to bet against it. I'm not going to look for something to beat it. If anything, if it's a quaddy race, you take it, full stop. If it's not, it's probably the type of race that you could use it as a bit of a bank builder in a multi. So personally,
Yeah,
probably
sense.
stay away. I know Marto last week he tipped he had one that was $1.35 or something. That beat Lady of Camelot or something. Lady Shenandoah or something. And he said, "Oh yeah, get in on it." Mate, it just fell in, but I don't know. I'm looking at one in the Newmarket at Melbourne. That Lockie Needorf has come over from South Australia to ride, and it's a Stokes horse, and it's Stretton Angel at about $10, I think it is. I think it's a big chance. I think it's a roughie. I think I really like it. I remember last spring it went all right down the straight where it flew. I think it came back first up in a lightning. It probably wasn't suited to the sprint, but at 1400 down the straight, I'm prepared to have a few dollars on it with Lockie to come over and ride it as well. I don't know if
Well,
you
they wouldn't bring him over for nothing, would they?
no, I don't know
So,
if
you
you
know,
like that race at all.
what race is that race?
Race nine at Flemington.
Yeah, I didn't. I stayed out of that. Well, I didn't. I thought it was a raffle. There's nothing there. It's a really tough race, yeah.
No, it is a tough race. It really is. So is the size, which is race 5. And again, I think I'm sticking with Adelaide. I don't know why, but D. Clarkin's got one in Steel Trap that he's bringing over from South Australia, and Joe McNeil's on it. I'm not saying that it wins this race, but again, at the price each way, it's got form behind Gin Spirit as well. And the step up in distance again is something that I think will really suit this horse. I remember when this horse won first up this preparation. It's only had 3 starts. It's only 1-1, but I don't know. Sometimes I think some of these Adelaide horses come over here a little bit under the radar, and they can produce, but we're
Yeah,
talking.
they sort of discount them a bit, don't they? They don't take them. They sort of think, oh yeah, it's from Adelaide, and
When
there's
they
some good form backwards and forwards from Adelaide and Victoria, isn't there? Like it's a bit of a
there is, but when they haven't had many race starts, you can't really say that they're not good because they're only beating what's in front of them. We don't know how much upside they've still got, so we're still speculating as to how they'll go and their success. But yeah, it's just when I watch Steel Trap, be interesting to see how it
good
goes.
price.
You got anything else on your radar? I mean, the footy starts this week, and they've had to.
Yeah, no, just a couple. I was looking at race 10 in Victoria.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of number 3, Road to Alataki. I'm keen on it. I might have a couple of bucks each way.
well,
I do like So Glamorous, but I wouldn't back it with that Ethan Brown on it. He's poisoned it.
are you
Good
sure he's on
horse,
that one? Is he definitely?
horrendous jockey.
Is he on So Glamorous or is he on something else?
Yeah, no, he's poisoned So Glamorous. He's on that. So I might have a little bit each way on Road to Alataki in that race.
Well, the one I had was in that race that I was looking at. And I mean, So Glamorous, of course, Ethan Brown, I said it earlier. But the one I do like a little bit as well is another favourite jockey of yours, is Craig Williams. And he's on Miraval Rose. And that's Graham Begg's horse. So I know you like Road to Arataki, but I know how much you love Craig Williams, and I know how much you love Ethan Brown. I'm just going to have a look here. I want to see who else you love a lot. I you like Jamie Mellon? I know you don't really. Oh,
No, gone off, Jamie. No,
Billy Egan's
she's
got
not.
one. Billy Egan's on the favourite team. That should please you. Smoking Prince,
Oh, well, what is it?
Smoking Princess, Billy Egan.
Oh, well, it can't win with him on it, can it? Like, I mean, really, like they put a red line straight through there.
I've got
Golly.
a black booker in this race. And again, I don't know why, but it's Joe McNeil, Alma Rose. I've got some notes here I've saved them here. It says big watch for autumn 2025 after a great spring. So this horse has had 7 starts for 3 wins and 3 placings. It's a stayer. So, it's probably looking for more ground, but 1600 first up. As I said, it's just a black booker. I think it's an interesting race, to be honest, though.
Well,
Talk
that's
about the footy, mate.
beautiful.
Talk to us about the footy.
Footy?
'Cause, there's Marto's mob, the Sydney, what are they? The Swans. They're playing Essendon now, but they've moved the game down to Sydney.
Oh, okay.
Because
That's
they were
interesting.
going to play. Remember, they were going to play on the Gold Coast, just like they were going to play Brisbane and I don't know who
Yeah,
Brisbane.
Collingwood on Thursday tonight, weren't they? They're going to play tonight, weren't they?
Yeah, well, then that's been taken away, and they're going to not play that as well. Do you like these rounds where they have round 0 before they sort of start?
No, I think it's crap. It really is. Let's start the footy. It's us.
Yep.
It's Richmond Carlton is the first game of the season, always is.
Yep.
And this opening round bollocks is just another money grab by the AFL. If they did something with the money and put a fucking camera in the ball or something, so we know a goal's a goal and a point's a point, it'd be great. But this opening round bollocks, it's I don't believe it. I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't. I mean, round 0. If either just make it the start of the season or don't. And I know
Yeah.
they're talking about moving them and doing this and doing that. And I'm sure if Marto was here, he would say, if you're going to do that, then play it when the NRL have gone to Vegas or wherever they go, and try to capitalize on those markets when there's no NRL on. Mind you, did you see the Broncos tonight?
No, I haven't seen any footy scores. No.
Broncos slammed the Rabbitohs 50-14. So if you're thinking about
Oh my God.
if you're thinking about having a sneaky little bet in the NRL, I think the Broncos they've really shown something tonight. They're saying we are ready. I don't know.
Gee, that's a massive win, isn't it?
Huge, and I think Penrith have lost a few of their players because they've won their 3 or whatever it was, and I don't think the Storm will be as strong. So it could be back to the glory days of the Broncos. Marto?
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure Marto will have a market done up for that already.
Marto's probably now on his break at the casino writing up a market. Seriously, that's what he does during his breaks. Because in a casino, you work an hour and 20, you get 15 or 20 off. That's what Marto does. Because if he works a 12-hour shift, he gets like 8 breaks, and he covers 8 races.
Fantastic.
And so that's why in the morning when he's back, bang, Marto's ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. He's amazing. We've missed him though. Do you think the PALTI Army have missed him as well?
I think so. Absolutely. We haven't got the numbers. Like we're lost. We're lost at sea, like a ship without a rudder. We don't have those numbers, and yes, we need him back. We need him back.
Is your daughter back from overseas?
No. She'll be back on the 29th of this month from Canada. Yeah, so she's still away for a bit.
Well, did Trump try to put a tariff on her when she went to visit or whatever? Well, no, hang on. Not that. No, Trump not.
He did try to make him the 51st state, didn't he?
Oh, mate. He's incredible. That's all I can say. He's incredible. I mean, right, wrong, doesn't matter what you believe in. I don't mind some of the stuff he says, But these tariff wars and stuff, seriously, I don't know how it's going to benefit, because if he puts tariffs on every country and then every country returns the tariff favor, it nullifies everything, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Getting back to the footy,
Yes, we've got a minute.
I might have sent you through that ladder. I think that must be Kane Corns' ladder, because he's got Hawthorn finishing on top and Richmond on the bottom. And I'm pretty sure we will win at least one or two games.
But
But it must have been a Kane